We saw in the last election, it does not matter what Albertans do. Our votes do not matter as far as determining government. No matter what happens, I think we're still a part of Confederation for some time, right? I mean, we're definitely, we're gonna have to deal with that in some way. So better for Alberta to have its own voice federally and in Ottawa than to have no voice. And I think right now what we're seeing, and we all agreed on this, a year ago, I think it's just taking some people some time to catch up to where we were then, that Ottawa does not have a voice, or Alberta does not have a voice in Ottawa at all under the Conservative Party of Canada. So you had mentioned some numbers around the leadership and how the leader was selected, and it wasn't, every member got a vote. It was done by representation, and, there was some manipulation going on there that really slanted the selection of the leader towards Quebec and Ontario.
Well, that's right, Nadine. The way that it worked when they're selecting their new leader, it's not based on where the members of the Conservative Party are. Of course, a lot of people in Alberta for a long time have voted Conservative, and they like to think that the Conservative Party would be their voice in Ottawa. But we saw very clearly by the way that they chose to organize their leadership contest that it was based on where the seats are, not where the members are. So it wasn't one member, one vote. It was Quebec had more say over who was the new leader than Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba all put together. And Ontario had even more say than Quebec did. So when you combine Ontario and Quebec and what their needs and wishes are compared to what the influence that we have here in Alberta, it's no contest. And that's why you have a new leader of the Conservative Party that is supporting things like the UN Paris Accord that is going to be absolutely devastating to the oil and gas industry in Alberta. And unfortunately, all of the Conservative members of Parliament, they're going to have to support that UN Paris Accord too. So that's the way that the system works. It's designed to achieve power through monopolizing votes in Ontario and Quebec, and there's nothing that we can do about it here.
And so there is my concern is that we have people who have grown up here, Conservative Party of Canada, and they can't seem to make the leap to get past that. And I want to talk a little bit about the federal stuff for a little bit, because I think it's going to tie in with some of the provincial stuff that's going on as well. And if you take a look at the Conservative Party of Canada, they're determined to hold power. They want to be government. And we saw in the last election, it does not matter what Albertans do. Our votes do not matter as far as determining government. If you like this excerpt, please feel free to check into the full video at our YouTube channel.